What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto Blitz, your home for your crypto fix. I'm your host, Ripple Van Winkle. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing day. Not the Sunday morning we wanted to wake up to, huh? What happened overnight? Everyone's freaking out. The markets are red, the markets are down. But you know what? Just zoom out a little bit. Everything is all right. We're going to talk about the state of the market, where we're going, because folks, we're still higher than we were 2 weeks ago. Pay attention to Bitcoin. As we've been stating on this channel, it's all about Bitcoin. Bitcoin runs first. Remember the narratives out there. A lot of people were trying to preach to you it's all season. While on this channel, we kept you on the correct path and we told you Bitcoin will eat first. Bitcoin will go first. And that's exactly what's about to happen here. Bitcoin is about to make its move up. Once we are out of this range, and we talked about this range for quite some time, 125,000, it's coming, and that is the start of greatness. In this episode, we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart, the XRP chart. We're going to get into BlackRock and what BlackRock just did. And what they just did is another reason you should not be freaking out or be worried at all. So without further ado, sit back, relax, let's jump into it. Bitcoin coming in at $98,509. It's currently down 3.71% in the past 24 hours. Ethereum coming in at $3,057. It's down 6.5%. XRP coming in at a mean lean $2.74. It is currently down 8.58% in the past 24 hours. Both USDT and USDC remain at their dollar pegs as the total cryptocurrency market cap still higher than we were 2 weeks ago. We were at 3.3 trillion, sitting at $3.54 trillion. Now, folks, where do we go from here? As far as Bitcoin, well, I think it's time. I think it is time. Bitcoin is about to go up. I put out the tweet. Good morning. What happened last night? Who sold? Who did it? Everyone is blaming Trump. They're like, this is Trump's fault. This is because of the tariffs. This is because of what he's doing. I thought he was this pro-crypto president, and when he stepped into office, it was going to be nothing but green days, beautiful skies, sandy beaches, and nice cold beverages. Folks, it's not how it works. The market makers are controlling the market. The market makers look at social media. They see how bullish everyone is. They see what the sentiment is, and what do? The complete opposite. If social media is all about longs, if social media is talking that this thing can't go down, it's untouchable, it's going to fly, we're all going to put 100x longs and we're going to make so much money overnight, you know what they do? They liquidate everyone. They liquidate the longs. They control these markets. We talked about Bitcoin being controlled not to break out above 100K. Why? Because that's a very, very major, massive psychological level. So what did they do? They floated it around 100,000 for quite some time. Then they give you a little bit of a tease. They made it go up to 104, back down to the low 90s, up to 108, back down to the low 90s. Now what were they doing with it? They were holding it above 100K. And people started to get re-bullish, thinking that it was go time. And now they are liquidating all the longs out of the markets. If you think that retail controls these markets, I've been putting out the narrative for quite some time now. Retail has nothing to do with where these markets go. We do not control them. These markets, all $3.5 trillion in these markets are being controlled by the institutions and by the market makers. They will decide, they will dictate when it is time to go up. So what did I say? I looked at the chart this morning, folks, and guess what? It's time to long Bitcoin. It is that simple. It is that simple. Bitcoin's about to have its move. The Bitcoin dominance is about to go up. Only when the Bitcoin dominance gets into that 60% range, we will be looking at an alt season. It's not time yet. It is not time yet. Yes, alts are still going to rise this quarter, beginning of Q2. But the true alt season where we see those parabolic blow-off tops, that is not coming to the later half of this year. The exact playbook that we have been preaching on this channel for over half a year now. But people get too distracted with a little bit of green, and then they find someone on Twitter, excuse me, they find someone on Twitter that says this thing is going to, fire off and go to the moon overnight. And guess what? It doesn't happen. Here's the Bitcoin chart. Here's the Reaper line sitting at a currently 98,000. We're about there, right? We are about there. But the candle close isn't coming in for quite some time, so we can still see a little bit of rebound here. I don't know what's going on with my voice, but you know what? We'll work through it. So what am I looking at? Very simple. Right around this region where we're circling our map, which is right around 96,000. That's it. Time to open along, set a stop loss at 96K, because if 96,000 gets breached on this, we're going to see an $89,000 Bitcoin, and then we would open up along from there. But I don't think this 89,000 is coming. I really don't. I think Bitcoin is going to bounce from here. I think Bitcoin is going to start its run up. February for crypto has been one of the most bullish, the second most bullish month for cryptocurrencies over the past 12 years. I believe the only other bullish month that outperforms February, it was either September or October. Folks, we're getting right in. Here's the XRP chart. Look, there's your Reaper line, currently sitting at 272. Interesting 272, right? Because when we were trying to break out, we told you 272 was that region we were looking for XRP to break out and to get above. We are now hoping that 272 is going to serve us as that bounce spot, and we can go ahead and we can bounce back up. You see the yellow line on the chart right here? That's the 50 moving average. It's still bullish. It's still bullish. The candles are still closing above it. We're still sitting pretty. The purple line, which is the 21 EMA, the green line is still above it. It is getting close to going over it, but the 21 EMA. So your long-term and medium-term price indicators are still super bullish here. As far as your short-term price prediction, that's the green line. That's your 8 EMA. We need 2 candle closes above it. We didn't get it. We got 2 candle closes below it. That's bearish. That is bearish. So what are we paying attention to? Just making sure that the 8 doesn't cross over and back under the 21. If that does break, then we need to look into the yellow and see how bearish this thing wants to go. But I don't think it's going to go that bearish. I think we will have a rebound here. What am I doing? I'm looking to buy today. I've been eyeing Ondo. You know I've been eyeing Ondo. I don't know how much lower it's going to get here. Sitting at $1.29, just came all the way down from, I think it was around $1.60 to $1.70. This is looking like a perfect entry. I said if I can get it back into the $1.30 range, that I would be buying. Sitting at $1.29, especially with the partnership of Ripple, with BlackRock. You know, I really do believe sky's the limit for Ondo here. So I think I'm going to be buying some today. And I'm not going to worry if this thing goes down even lower to $1.25. If it gets to $1, I'm happy with the position I can get at $1.29. So that is what I am going to be looking at here. And let this sink in for you. BlackRock, they just purchased 30,000 Bitcoin. 30,000 Bitcoin. Do you see BlackRock freaking out? Do you think the bull run is over? If BlackRock's buying 30,000 Bitcoin, that's $30,000 worth. 30,000 Bitcoin. Do you think that the bull run is over, folks? Do you really? Look, here's the chart. You can see we go back to the beginning of January here. BlackRock had 548,000 Bitcoin. We fast forward 579. Okay, 548, now holding 579 as of January 30th. Do you see what BlackRock is doing? And all of these other large institutional players, they are accumulating. They are trying to keep this price suppressed. They are trying to keep it as low as they possibly can so they can get as many Bitcoins, XRPs, cryptocurrencies across the board as they can before this thing goes on its mega rally. The plan hasn't changed. The script hasn't changed. Q1, maybe a couple of weeks over into Q2, bullish. Tax time correction, altcoins parabolic blow off tops, summer, fall of 2025. Ignore the narratives out there. Stop following the people who've been so wrong or who are 1 out of 10 with their predictions. Stick to the true and accurate information and you will have the most amazing bull run experience you have ever had. I'm going to leave it like that. Look, wash your damn hands, be nice, and be kind to each other. Ripple Van Winkle is out.